Hey guys, it's Nick here, and for once I actually picked up a few games. I have a couple sheet music books I want to show you guys, but for the most part I did get some video games, and they're not very common ones either. So now before I show you guys what those things are, I wanted to talk to you, because my week was interrupted, unfortunately, but I'm trying to move past that. Um, but anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys when I had the time about how about like recording our album and what it was like and some stuff like that. Now, I can't say exactly how close we are to releasing the CD. I want to say we're going to release it by June, but again, nothing's set in stone. We're currently trying to get that pool together $1,000 so we can get 1,000 CDs out, and I'd rather people tell me if they want a CD after I'd let everyone know it gets released, because then I can, I guess I could like tell me at any time and I could just write it down in a notepad document, and then I'll message you when it comes out or something, or you can just stay subscribed or whatever, or stay posted. I don't really care if people subscribe or not, but well, actually I do. Please subscribe. Anyways, oh crap, I told people I don't do that. Oops. Anyways, um, so we went on from Monday, and it was supposed to be till Friday, but we ended up going on Saturday, except our guitarist because he had to work. But so let's see, Monday and Tuesday were recording our tracks, and believe it or not, that took us all day. We'd get in the studio at like 11 a.m. and then we'd end up leaving at like 12 a.m. or 1 in the morning. I mean, we'd stay there pretty much all day. In fact, we would stay there all day. I barely even got to see anyone else because, I was in the studio. But, so yeah, Monday, Tuesday we worked mainly on bass and drum work, but we actually recorded everything as a whole that, on Monday and Tuesday. Now I brought my Schecter bass to play, and then we were having some technical difficulties with that. So my producer's like, I went to see his concert. I don't know if I told people about this, but I went to see his concert a couple months ago, and with a friend, and he's got our producer's band, Jason Shaby, because we recorded this at Synergy Productions, and he was our producer. But he's got a band called the Long Stride Music Band, I think, um, and I think they're on Facebook if you want to check them out. So. They're really cool. They play mostly original stuff. They play a couple covers here and there, but I really enjoyed them. I watched them at the Nectar Lounge with a friend, and that was really cool. And it was funny because we were at the studio before, and our producer gives us, he's like, oh, I'm playing a concert. You guys want to go? And none of the other band members can make it. And I'm like, well, I got nothing. So he gives me 2 tickets. He's like, here, bring a friend. And I'm like, oh, thanks. So I'm glad I went. It was hard to find parking. I mean, it's Fremont, downtown Seattle, but I mean, I managed to find park once, so I was so lucky. I had to keep checking back every like hour or two because I was afraid that I was going to get like a parking ticket or something. So, anyways, let's see. So on Wednesday to Friday, we mainly did like vocal work. Again, we only have one singer, so she had to go into the booth a few times and record backing vocals, harmonizing vocals, and all the good stuff, And then our guitarist was recording. Now, instead of recording in the guitar room, they brought an amp into the mixing room, and our producer mixes everything and listens to us. And we were, and then we got to play that, or we recording the guitar. But oh, I forgot. So earlier, yeah, I said I watched this band. Well, he was playing a Fender Jazz bass, a 5-string. Our producer was so after my bass, he brings his his Fender Jazz bass 5-string out, and he's like, "Here, you want to play that?" I'm like, "Oh my God, yes!" And we're still having technical difficulties, and he's like, "Okay, I got something. I'll be right back." And then he brings out a 5-string bass by Modulus. I've never even heard of the company, but holy crap, I loved that bass. And in fact, if we ever raise enough money, I am getting one. I don't think I've ever seen one at Guitar Center. But I mean, although I don't really play bass at Guitar Center, I will here and there. But I mean, if I do see one, I have the money. I'm gonna buy it. So now what was also cool is when we were recording. Of course, we have our headphones on, and our headphones are connected to this little device on this stand, and there's like a few knobs. There's one for vocals, there's one for guitar, and acoustic guitar, and piano / bass, because I was playing out of the same stuff, and then the drums. Now, what made it hard is, we have some rubato parts in our songs, where like it slows down. That's hard because we can't see each other. Now, if I lean to the right at the piano, I can see the drummer, but that's it. I can't see the singer and I can't see the guitarist, and they can't see anybody else. I think in the singing booth, there's like a window that you can see into the producer's room, but that's about it. Um, and our producer was talking through the drum channel, so I always had to keep that up. And of course, that's the loudest one, I think. But that was pretty cool. I could like turn everyone else down and just hear myself. It was pretty cool. But I had to listen to the golden rule though: never turn on the drum channel because that's what our producer talks about and or talks through. And he's like, I get very angry when people do that. So it's like, okay, well, this is your studio. I'm not even going to do anything. Now, one thing I didn't know is Scotty Olson works at Synergy Productions. Now, he was a guitarist in their MTV and the Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged album. Well, it turns out, he got me in touch with them. That was pretty cool. Like, not personally, but he got me in touch with Scotty Olson online, which I really appreciate. And something even better, and I couldn't believe it. Now, on the mixing board, he had this pick, and he didn't give it to me, but I look on the back and I see his signature. I can't quite read it, and he's like, "Oh, that's Mike Inez," and it's like, "Oh, cool." And then I ask him, "Well, any chance you can get him, that you can ask him if I can have one?" And because he was actually going to work with Alice in Chains the next week, since they're done recording there now, I think it's pretty safe to say it. But I hope so. I really do hope so. But anyways, so he's like, "Well, I got something. I think you're going to like it even more." So he comes back and he comes back, or he goes somewhere and he comes back and he gives me this, a Jerry Cantrell pick for their new album, which I assume they give these out at concerts, but still, it was pretty cool to get one. I mean, I know it's not a real autograph, but holy crap, that was so freaking awesome, and I thank him so much for that. And I showed him the Smash Mouth ones I got from Sean Hurwitz, I still got them all too. Yeah, but pretty cool. So yeah, it was fun recording, and it was, and it was really the hardest question I ever had to ask our producers. Any chance I can come in and watch Alice in Chains? And he said no. And he's like, well, nothing against you. It's just when they record, they like to be alone, and it's like, oh, I completely understand. If I was recording a solo album or something, I would definitely want that too. So it was pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to doing our next album. When we already have the songs, we just need to pull enough money together. Now, if you guys want to donate, again, you guys know me. I don't normally ask for donations, but if you want to donate some to my PayPal address, just send me a. Well, crap, I don't think you can send messages on YouTube anymore, can you? Or at least if you can, I don't know how, but get a hold of me through Facebook. I have my Facebook, Nick Collada Music. And you can ask me for my PayPal address there, and all you can send through there. But like I said, there's no set in stone release dates for our album, so I can't tell you exactly when it's going to come out. But I will, again, I will keep you guys updated because our band wants to sell as many of these CDs as we can, so we can get into the studio and record our next CD. And again, I really do believe this is what God has sent me here to do. I honestly do. People will, might say, well, music's not an unrealistic career. Well, baloney. Look at all the people that are out there. Look at all the famous musicians out there. You're here to tell, and even today it's easier because you got the internet, you got YouTube, you got, all these resources, that you didn't have back, BI before internet. So I really had fun, and I think that's about it. So yeah, video game related stuff. What did I pick up? Well, I'm gonna suspend people for a minute, and I bought a few music books. First off, this is one I brought to the studio, but the Pillows Best Selection Band Score book. I bought this because the Fooly Cooley theme, right on Shooting Stars, transcribed in its entirety, so that was pretty cool. If I can find the page, I'll show you guys a little bit of it. Let's see here. Not really familiar with their other stuff. But, let's see. Oh, I got it. Okay. I got it. And I'll keep saying that. Here we go. But it's pretty cool. And down here, it shows like whose instrument is whose. Like it'll say like Sawao Yamanaka vocals, Yoshiaki Manabe electric guitar 1, Sawao Yamanaka electric guitar 2, Yoshiaki Manabe electric guitar 3, Jun Suzuki electric bass, Shinichiro Sato drums. So that's pretty cool. So I do want to cover this someday. I just, I'm still learning it on guitar, but I also picked up a couple books for Chicago. These are really old ones. Here's one for Chicago 6, and it's called A Complete Sketch Score. So I was assuming, oh, it's like a transcription of all the instruments, like that band score book I was just showing you guys. But it's not. It's actually a little crappier than that. So see, there's two lines of notation, and the first bar has vocals transcribed, and the second bar has like one instrument at a time usually. Although Critics' Choice, since it's only piano, it's transcribed by its entirety, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know why they have a lyric sheet for Critics' Choice, but not the other songs. But I like how there's pictures of the bands here. Pretty cool. And then I got another one in the mail the other day, and that is Chicago Transit Authority. And this one's even worse, although I'm going to give it the benefit of a doubt because this came out before. But got pictures of the bands, like there's Peter Cetera on the right. I don't know who the other guy is. I'm not too familiar with the band, but let's see. That he got the legendary Terry Kath on the left. And that's pretty cool. But this one is the same deal, except now there's only one bar, so they have to try squeezing as much as they can into one bar. And of course, this book is really thin, so. And then of course the song's Freeform Guitar isn't on there, and Prologue's not in there because of course it's just dialogue. Okay, so now with the sheet music books that I showed you guys, and there's one more. I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but Fields of Gold, The Best of Sting, the guitar book. Now I have the piano book and the transcribed scores book, so that's pretty cool. I actually got a comment from the guy who transcribed this, Colgan Bryan. He said this was the last freelance project he did for Hal Leonard before he moved to Florida. So what's cool is this actually has an interview in it with Sting, so that's pretty cool. He even says here that he's a crappy at jazz bassist. That's pretty funny. And he says some interesting stuff, like, If I Ever Lose My Faith in You was originally written as like a keyboard song or something. So that's pretty cool. And again, I'm so stoked to see, Sting and Peter Gabriel. And again, I'm not too familiar with Genesis. My mom showed me some of their stuff, and I like it. And of course, I've gotten into Blood, Sweat, and Tears. In fact, I bought a Greatest Hits album because I picked up this book. And I'll show you guys this. I know I keep saying, yeah, one more book, and then I'll get to the games. This is it. But got this one. Anyways, okay, so games. I don't know if I showed people this yet. I don't know if I showed people this yet, but I found a DOS game at the local Goodwill for $2. Spider-Man or The Amazing Spider-Man and Captain America and Doctor Doom's Revenge. Now I ripped the VGM files for this, and they're on VGMrips.net if you want to check it out. I can't really gloat though, that was an easy rip since none of the music loops, but never really played this game. It comes on the 5-quarter floppies, and yes, it is complete for $2. This game, it's complete, and it's actually not in bad condition. A couple of stickers are peeling off, but other than that, it's really good. And I looked on eBay, and this game goes for a lot more than that, so I'm glad I picked it up. And you get that 90s paper smell. I can get high off of that. Ooh, so good. Is this the back? Okay, there we go. So this is pretty cool. And if I can ever find my other computer for older games, I'm gonna dump the discs on it. I know this game is freeware and you can download it anywhere, but it's cool to have the disc files too. Okay, so then I got 3 NES games that are uncommon games. And first off, I got Ninja Crusaders. I haven't played NES in a long time, but if I do, I do want to play this one. This was $20, so not bad. Then I got, Another copy of the family heirloom. Hillsfar, $5. Not joking. And the guy I bought it from looked it up and he's like, yeah, $5. You know, he looked it up and he acknowledged, yeah, I know this is like a $90 game, but you know, so that was really freaking cool. And there's a video game exchange tag on here. Oh, this was from Colorado, but still, wow, um, pretty cool because this game goes for a lot more than that. And yes, I do have a complete copy, and I have two manuals because you know my dad owned his original copy, but then he sold the cartridge to GameStop or Game Crazy. Remember when they were still around? The other game I haven't really played. I know it's a popular game, but it's Lemmings for the NES. This was $30. I just never seen it before. I mean, I've seen the game. I just haven't seen it in the flesh really. So that was a good deal. The sticker is peeling off here, but that's the only huge complaint I have. I remember Keith Tinman telling me that he did the NES game. It's weird. The NES version doesn't have credits, but the Game Boy version does, which, you know, Game Boy cartridge has less space, so I kind of found it weird. Also got the instruction manual for Vegas Dream, because I did buy a boxed copy, you know, a while back, a few years ago, but it didn't come with the manual, so this was only 99 cents. I got this at Game Over Video Games, which is at the Northgate Mall, and I'm surprised they're still around, because I'm not saying they're a bad store or anything, but it's just, I didn't think a mall would be a good place for them, but apparently it is, so, I mean, power to them. And by the way, about the CD, this is what our CD looks like now. Just thought people might want to see that. So thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm going to try to enjoy my week, try not to get all paranoid and stuff, but I will see you guys later. And I'm going downtown, you know, next weekend, and I'm gonna. My dad had a little problem with his bank though, so I had to help him, which is fine. You know, my dad kept a roof over my head for several years. You know, I at least owe it to him to help him out once in a while. But you know, we're downtown Seattle and tries to use his card, and his card's declined by the bank, so and it wasn't supposed to expire for another few months. So he got on the phone and he pretty much told him, "Well, I'm closing my account." So good for him. You know, I'm glad he took a stand. And I recently switched banks too, because the bank I was at, they charged me $9 a month just because I didn't have $500. Well, I'm sorry that I'm not a rich person, but I hope to realize there's some less fortunate people. So, of course, I wouldn't say I'm one of them. I mean, I've applied for a couple jobs, and please pray for me, people. I'm really hoping I get the jobs. But, you know, at the same time, you know, it's like, you know, it's hard to trust banks nowadays. You know, it's getting to be a paranoid thing for me. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I will see you guys soon. Peace out. Oh, one other thing. My dad gave me his vinyl player. And that's awesome. Alright, see ya.